welcome back. It's Christina again with the Artist Pod, and today we'll be drawing a cat. As always, I'm using a Wacom Intuos Pro tablet, and I'm drawing straight into Photoshop. So, let's get arting. Alright, so we are going to sketch a cat in preparation to turn it into a feline familiar for Halloween. So first things first is sketching the cat, right? I'm going to give it nice big eyes. Nice big eyes, somewhat close together. You want the eyes to roughly be the same height, shape, no matter what that is and how you choose it to look. You want them to kind of match as close as you can on either side. It doesn't have to be perfect. Their noses, and I'm going to have it kind of coming up, are kind of like T's, right? So I'm going to do like a little T here. It's not exact, but this gives you the basic shape if you're worried about drawing a cat nose. Do a T, like a bubble T, but really you're going to add in right here, you're going to add in a little swoop where it's a little bit more rounded, right? So I'm not going to leave it that way. And it probably isn't going to come down nearly as far as I have it, right? And then we're going to give it, it's big old smile. I'm going to add, you want it to look the same on both sides as much as you can. So I made one bigger than the other, so I'm going to readjust that, make that bigger. And see what I'm doing to give it more of a smile is I'm adding in a little bit of a line at the top, right? When we smile, we get the crease in our face. So by adding that, it'll help make that look like that. I can add a little bit of fluff to the nose. I'm gonna have its mouth a little bit open. For a good old grin. Then we're gonna kind of the face coming down and then widening out here. We'll have that cutting in, so we'll have it coming down, widening out here, and then cutting in. So we're doing a little bit of a sharper pose here. And you can add, like the cat, so you can add little like fluffs to it. So what I'm doing is I'm coming in right at the eye to create the cheeks, and then we'd go up. The ears would kick in. So think about the shapes that we're drawing right now. So I'm gonna then pull this up, and this isn't gonna stay solid, but it's just a way for me to we can add again more fluff if we want to. And then the ears would be slightly in front of that line, right? So then you have the ears coming up and then back down. A little bit of a I was going to say floofer, but that doesn't really describe what that is. A little bit of a bulge there, right? Try to match it on the other side. Have this come up. Now some of this is going to be blocked because when we draw it, we're going to be drawing a witch's hat on top, which I'll do that for another video. But this is how you get the feline familiar set up. Okay, so right. I have one ear angled differently than the other. That's why I'm erasing this. You can especially see it. Sometimes I can't tell until I'm getting to the top of a line, right? This one angles up more. This one was angling out more. So I need to angle this up more. Sometimes when you get to the top, I get nervous and I accidentally change my angle. Ooh, but now that's too much, too tall. All right, so I want this to come to about here. To there, and then angle back down. And once again, you're going to do a little bit of a foomp out as you get close, which means not all of it, but I'm going to go ahead and erase it so that I can fix out the details without that being in the way. Right. Just sort of doing a lot of little like fixes to balance both sides. Oh, and not sneeze everywhere. Right, and then we'll have, we have the inside of the ear, inside of the ear with, there's going to be some fluff of the ears, whichever one. I haven't yet quite decided which one is going to be covered up. Okay. We'll have some eyebrows. And then, of course, the eyes. I haven't drawn any eyelids, but we can do that subtly. Sometimes I draw them in really extremely, but you can really do it so that they're just sort of peeking out, right? Like it just comes out from the edges. Might do that. Do that a little bit extreme on this one. I just dropped my stylus. Apparently I'm very excited about this. Right. Give it a couple of little like happy dots at the end. So by angling the eyes so that it's coming to a point here, and then you can have the eyelid coming off too, you give it more of a smile. And then, right, we have the face shape, which we can make it more tired or less tired or however, but the smile would be more important, which we have going on just fine. Can add the whiskers at any point. And of course the eyes, we can, it's a happy cat, so we don't want like a small eye here, although, if we decide just to do the color of the cat's eye, you could just do that and have the pupil, which is, that's probably what we'll do. Let's just do it that way. Although he looks crazy with what I just drew. You want it a little bit more towards the middle than you realize. You want to make sure you make it so that it's looking at you as much as possible. Yeah, and then highlights and shadow will determine how much of that, fills in. But there you go. That's how you draw a cat. And we'll, be turning this into a feline familiar. So we'll be adding a witch's hat too. Alright, so that's how you draw a cat. I hope that was helpful. In the floating nether next to me, I have other videos of art tutorials I have done, and I will see you all soon. Thank you so much. Take care.